All right, before we get into today's video, I got to do something. I need to express my gratitude to you. Yeah, you and every one of the folks who joins me here on a regular basis. I don't think I say thank you nearly enough. Your comments, your support, your emails, your voicemails mean so much to me. They really do, and they're really the fuel that inspires me. So here's a very tardy but quite sincere thank you. All right, for today's video, if you are considering buying an RV or maybe trading yours in on a purchase, we just might save you from stepping into a financial bear trap. While RVing and the RV life is supposed to be a journey, I guess it is, with all kinds of twists and turns, if you're not prepared, you could hit a disaster of a problem very early on in your ownership experience. And if you do, you could be stuck with a monthly payment that's less of a passport to America than it is financial 15 or 20-year prison sentence. I have seen it so many times. People get buried in debt, trapped by a slick-talking salesperson who says, hey, don't worry about it. We'll make it work. And guess what? They do. They make the numbers work for them, not for you. That's why I started this channel, to help you navigate the RV world with open eyes and having the right people in your corner. If you're looking for a place to start, scan the QR code on your screen or check the link down in the description. Either one will take you to my resources page where you can search for America's most trusted RV dealers, find out how to contact me directly and get some help with your RV situation if you're dealing with a less than honest dealer or manufacturer who doesn't take you very seriously. And if you've been taken for a ride, so to speak, you can connect with the Burdge Wells Law Office and get a free evaluation of your specific case by an actual RV lemon lawyer. There is no one better at hammering those dirty dealers and manufacturers who may have stuck you with a lemon. So right now, let's get on with today's video and expose one of the nastiest tricks in some RV dealers' playbook. It's called trade-in surfing. And we've got RV lemon lawyer Ron Burdge to explain. Another tactic or another situation a lot of people find themselves in is they are underwater with their trade-in. And, I've heard it called trade-in surfing or
yeah, trade-in surfing.
Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And basically, they'll sometimes call it upside down and negative equity and all these other things. They're really trade-in surfing. What that means is they're looking for the trade-in, and they're going to look how they can get the most money out of it they can. I've heard it called stealing the trade-in, by playing with the numbers in such a way that they essentially get it at the lowest cost possible so that they can turn around and sell the trade-in later at the highest profit possible. They're surfing the trade-in's numbers, what its value. And they'll do that in a couple of ways. One of them is everything that they can find wrong with the RV, they'll tell you it's wrong. And they're going to tell you it's going to cost an arm and a leg to get that fixed. It looks pretty good on the outside and everything, but you got a scuff mark back here on the tail end. And that slide out, it's making a sort of a weird noise. On top of that, I checked all the tires, and you got 8 tires on this RV, and you know what? Almost all of them are going to have to be replaced. And you know what tires cost nowadays for an RV, Bob, just like I do. So I can't give you what you want for that RV. And the next thing you know, the buyer's mind is adjusting to a lower number on the trade-in value, which is exactly what the dealer's doing.
But they also, just follow me on this, during the pandemic, when people were paying MSRP and above, some people, because crooked dealers cut their financial heads off, they are so underwater, they owe so much more than their RV is worth today. Those crooked dealers will today they'll say, I know you're $30,000 upside down on your trailer or your fifth wheel or whatever it is, but we can roll that into your new note and we can make it disappear. And that to me is a horrible thing to do to somebody who's already buried alive. Now they're just going to add insult to injury.
Yeah, they're getting buried deeper and deeper in debt and not getting anything for it to get them out of that debt. The dealers will call that negative equity. That's the term they like to use because it sounds, somewhat palatable.
Yeah.
Equity, that's something good. Negative, not sure exactly what that means, but it couldn't be too bad or they wouldn't be doing this to me. Now, behind your back, they'll sometimes even to your face tell you that, well, you're upside down. This RV just isn't worth what you owe on it. And you just can't believe all that. You need to know before you ever go to the dealership for yourself, what are those things selling for nowadays? Do you think yours is in good shape? You think it's in bad shape? Just sort of normal shape? And try to figure out what you think you're going to get for it. And then, like all other kinds of negotiating, go in there and start on the high side of it, figuring that your target is what you know it ought to be getting from them.
I think that if we're honest in today's market, if we're really honest with ourselves, it's like, I don't like to get on a scale very often, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I'm there.
But I think that from an RV owner who's getting ready to trade in or sell, getting on the scale, understanding what it's really worth, not what you want it to be worth and what your friend said it was worth last year. And well, I got this much for mine, but what it's really worth before you ever go to the dealer is so critical to do, or you can run the risk of going in and going, man, they gave me $10,000 more than I thought I was going to get.
Yeah, and you never realize that that's because they added $10,000 more to the cost of what you were buying.
Right. But you don't even know that. You don't wake up from that RV hangover until it's too late. And then it's like, I'm such a dummy.
I'll tell you one thing to watch out for with that.
Yeah.
Whenever the dealer says, don't worry, we'll pay it off, and they don't give you anything more than that to figure out how, start getting suspicious. Because that usually means we'll pay it off all right, because we're going to add it over here to what we're selling to you so that we don't really pay it. You do. They're just burying you without you quite seeing the dirt coming on.
How do we separate the good from the bad from when we're being played by a bad dealer? I mean, that's really the $64,000 question, isn't it? How do we?
It is. I think you're right about that. I think all I can do is simply say, be suspicious. It goes back to, I think it was Reagan that said, trust but verify. Same sort of thing. Trust them, but don't trust them with your wallet. Be careful. Look at everything. If you're not sure about something, ask. And if you feel like something's wrong, well, something probably is wrong and you just haven't figured out what it is. And when that happens, 9 times out of 10, you're better off walking out of the place than trying to figure it out, and find yourself a different dealer who doesn't make you feel a little suspicious about what's going on.
I have a horror story that literally just came in, and I'm going to give you the short version of it. Couple finds a Class A motorhome. They bought it in 2016. They paid $91,000 for it back in 2016. They traded it in 2019, and they've had problems, and now it's way out of warranty and all that. Well, they knew that they were upside down in their when they traded in. The dealer said, don't worry about it. Everything's going to be fine. And now they owe $235,000 on their RV that they traded for, and it's only worth $125,000. They're more than $100,000 upside down because that dealer over there said, don't worry about it. We'll make that pain go away. And now they're like, oh my God, what have we done? And
yeah, we'll make the pain go away by taking off a leg, and you won't even know you're losing it.
Yeah.
Anytime a dealer says you don't worry about it, that's when you should start worrying.
If that story doesn't make your stomach turn, I think it should. Trade-in surfing, negative equity rollovers, buried payments. They're not just sales tactics. They are a predatory game, and the prize is what they can get out of your wallet before you even realize what happened. That's why I say it over and over again. Do your homework. Buying an RV is not just a purchase. Many times it's a life decision, and it should come with honest guidance and real support, not fast and, sloppy, foggy paperwork. If you are serious about protecting yourself as an RVer, you need to start by doing business with the right people. That's why I have a small group of RV dealers that I believe in. I believe they will bust their heinies to take care of you before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. And if you're already in a bind with your RV, I hope that you won't stay silent. You can reach out to the Burdge and Wells Law Office. They really are the best in the country at fighting for RVers who have been misled or left hanging by a manufacturer. You may not need them now. You may not. But if you ever do, you'll be glad you remembered the name. And links to everyone I recommend are easy to find. Just scan the QR code on the screen or click on the link down below. Thanks to Ron Burdge, and as always, thank you for being here. Y'all are an awesome group to hang out with. Remember, be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home.